guys, back again with another video. So of course, you know we did a full Hertz install music upgrade on the Street Glide ST 2022. But a couple things that I did want to point out. When I first installed the music, got everything hooked up, I actually blew my tweeters because the volume was already on, and then when I hooked everything up, turned the radio on to make sure everything was working properly, the radio actually had some volume on, kind of pretty high, and the tweeters were installed before I had the bass blockers and everything, and it did blow my tweeters. So both of them actually. Now with the Hertz Neo 25s, right, this is the little cone, right? This is the little cone. All you have to do is replace this. You do not have to replace the full tweeters. You do not have to place them. So if you see right here, all you have to do is unscrew these 4 bolts, and then this pops out. You stick another one in. You can purchase these, and you'll be able to, you know, fix your tweeters just that quick if you do blow them. But now, let's take a look at the install. As you can see, clean install. I still have my port here still available. I still have my ports down here still available. As you can see, like these ports are still available. Nice, clean, up in the fair. And I took this off just to show you guys again this install that I did on my own. Now, as you can see as well, see I have bass blockers on the tweeters as well. So what we're gonna do is a decibel test. We're gonna see how loud this thing gets, because through video, it's kind of hard for you to determine like actually how loud the bike is, how loud the music is. So flash the radio, no DSP. We have Apple CarPlay hooked up. That's something that don't come from the factory. When you get the bike from the factory, look at the clean install here. Like no wires hanging everywhere. This is all factory. The only wire that's come back here, as you can see, my power gauge wire going to the battery, which is all under this, that I put it all under there. And then the cable here is for the rear speakers. When you purchase this motorcycle brand new, or any brand new motorcycle that you purchase, I'm not sure, but if you're not getting a CVO or something like that, if you purchase in ST or Special or whatever that don't have rear speakers, the motorcycle radio is going to be flashed for just a 2-speaker system. It's going to come from the factory, 2-speaker. That's it. You're going to have no Apple CarPlay, and the rear speakers, if you add rear speakers, are not going to be turned on. So you have to flash the radio to turn on the speakers. Now, if you're just a little tech savvy and you can do some research, you can figure all of this type of stuff out. But as you can see here, look at the amp. The amp is mounted perfectly. I got the FM radio antenna sitting on the top there. And the reason why I want to talk about the flashing part of it is because none of this stuff is going to be on. Now, Apple CarPlay, specifically for Apple CarPlay, it's 3 ways to turn on Apple CarPlay. Now me, I did buy a WIM, which I don't know if you guys can see back there. This module here is not there on your bike. I purchased this module. You can look it up on the Harley Davidson website. That module was over 300 bucks. And then you purchase this module, and you also have to have a Sena headset to turn on Apple CarPlay. And for my Sena headset, I have this Harley Davidson helmet, which is a $500 Harley Davidson helmet with built-in Sena in order to get Apple CarPlay to work. And you have to Bluetooth the helmet and all of that with the WIM installed, which is, you know, basically a module that let the bike talk to the helmet and stuff like that. You have to install that whole device just to get Apple CarPlay to work. The cheapest way to get Apple CarPlay is this plug right here. They got, which is called a jumper. Right, you can take a jumper, and it's like a $12 little jumper, and you plug it into it, just a red cable to black cable to mess with the functionality of that, and you can get Apple CarPlay that way. Or you can have the nice smooth install by just flashing the radio, and then it'll turn on Apple CarPlay, and you don't have to do any of that stuff. But let's get into how loud this motorcycle really is. YouTube pulled up there, but right here, as you can see, I got my iPad here, and we're just gonna go to this app, right? This app right here. All right. A decibel reader. Now you can get an $80 decibel reader. You can get, you know, a $15 one off of Amazon or whatever. But as you can see right here, look, quiet as a whisper, normal conversation. As you can see, it's nice and quiet in here, right? So this is the max that it was on. We're going to actually reset that. All right, so we're going to reset the max. So as you can see, that's the max with me talking right now. You know, normal conversation, quiet home. So this is about where we're at. Just to give you guys an idea as well, like this is a chart. All right, so if you look at this chart, let me see if I can get that, all right? So these are the different volumes of decibel, right? These are the different volume of decibel. So right now, we're in a quiet home. If you see me when I'm talking, it goes up to normal conversation. So I would say this is a pretty accurate. You see, we have motorcycle there. That's like a running motorcycle, right? A running motorcycle is like 90 decibels and all the way up. And amplified rock and roll is like 30. You know, chainsaw is 120, shotgun. I hope you guys can really see that. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn on some music here and see actually how loud this thing gets. So let's get to it. So I'm going to crank it up a little bit. All right, so that's the volume there. We're going to turn it on. Y'all see it? I had to turn that down. You see that? All right. You see that? Self-install. We at 126 peak decibel, right? And then I didn't crank it up all the way. You know, I had it at about. And as you can see, no DSP, and I can pretty much crank this thing up to full volume. But you know, the tweeters, you know, I'm being a little careful with the tweeters, but I do have bass blocker on them and stuff like that. But as you can see, I can crank this thing up to 2 bars, 3 bars under full volume and getting tremendous numbers with no DSP, straight power. This is a powerful amp, and I still got more room on the amp. I can still, believe it or not, I can still add another set of 6x9s if I wanted to. I can add 8s, or even I can have lowers. I don't have lowers on this bike. See? I don't have no lowers on this bike. I have tweeters, 6.5s, and we have 6x9s, right? 6x9s. Take a look at the install, right? Wire comes out, comes around here. Quick disconnect. You see, I do have the disconnect on the top there because, you know, you can stick the cables under here, but it's called quick disconnect. So I got them right there on the top. So if I wanted to take the saddlebags off, all I gotta do is simply clip them right there. And of course, we have these lids, so I don't have to cut lids. I took the seat off so you guys can see the wiring up under the seat, professionally installed, and I'm not a professional whatsoever. I'm not a professional whatsoever. All I did was do the install, flash the radio, And those are the numbers that I'm getting out of the system. This is the Hertz. Take a look at other videos on YouTube. Let somebody put, you know, a decibel reader up to their sound system and see what type of numbers that they're getting. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, see you in the next video.